is, as I said, HCI, otherwise, well, normally known as HCI, but it actually stands for Hosken Consolidated Investments. Very old Joburg company, which got recast and taken over by the South African Clothing and Textile Workers Union, Johnny Copeland, Marcel Golding, and then it's evolved over time.
Wow.
Lots of dramas, twists and turns, but the core
Rich
assets,
history as well.
Tsogo, the listed hotel and gaming company, and then a bunch of other stuff we'll talk about as we go along. Marcel Golding not there anymore. Johnny Copeland is the man who runs it. 12.2 billion rands worth of market capitalization. Price earnings ratio 9.83.
Yeah, and a dividend of 1.6%. So it's a very cheap business, you know, on face value. So but let's dig deep, see why it's cheap.
Spun off a whole bunch of things over time, right? Because they own, if you look at the empire, a bunch of things. But let's go to the graph. That always sets the tone. End of 2016, no, end of 2015, I don't know, there were various things, I guess, happening back then. But underlying it all, Tsogo has done well. I mean, Tsogo came to the party.
Yes, but Tsogo recently, if you look at the share price of Tsogo, it's been going down recently. It's still a big part of their NAV, about 70%. But like you said, they still got other assets there, like e-media, Niveus.
Yes, now let's be clear. What they did is they often took these underlying entities and listed them, but retained like a 60–70% stake. So that's Niveus, which has got, you know,
it's still in the market,
gaming stuff and some drinks. E-media is ENCA and ETV, although that doesn't make very much money. What else? Montauk Energy.
Montauk Energy.
That actually did really well.
It did exceptionally well after they listed it. I haven't been following it closely.
It's like a methane gas producer on waste disposal sites in America.
So it's specialized, very specialized energy there.
Well, I suppose you got to give it to them. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
And then the slots, Vukani and all of that stuff. They've got Golden Arrow, the bus company.
That's all under, so the Vugani is all under Niveus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, running out of time. So what did we think about this one? I mean, isn't it easier just to buy the underlying Tsogo if you really like it? Unless you know Johnny and you know what he's going to do next.
Yeah, well, it just depends on if you add the sum of the parts, it's cheaper than the listed stuff, then you can go and buy it. But otherwise, I don't see, you know,
too much upside there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to pass on that one as well. Right, we do have a little